Quick note for self. The school in which I just played Yu-Gi-Oh! And we didn't even know how to read the cards for an entire year, and we just played with toys, and that's all we did for the whole year. There was no classes whatsoever. There was no sitting at the desk. We just played with toys and played with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, traded with one another for the whole day, whatever that was, 6 to 8 hours or whatever the day was. There was a lunchtime in between. It was like elementary school. It was before middle school, and it was before any of that. There was a person I met in the car rides to, like, when we used to go on field trips and stuff, where I remember I was only there for like a year and a half or a year, named Steven. We're going to call him Steven F. And those are pretty correct. I mean, I have changed it to letters, and I'm not going to give his name. But he is one of the witnesses and can give you a timeline of when this happened. This is when I first met him, and he came up to my father and asked him, "Can you adopt me?" He was maybe about 10 to 13 years old. It was probably somewhere in that ballpark. I mean, I was probably like 11. It's probably right when we moved to Chelmsford, Mass. Well, I'm very young. Very, very young. And this little boy comes up to my family and says, "Can you adopt me?" If he knew what was going on behind the scenes, if he knew about the drugging, if he knew really why I was having problems talking, why I would shake, and why funny words would come out when I was trying to say different words, then he probably would have reconsidered asking that. But all he knew is that he had no parents and was going in and out of these programs. Meanwhile, I end up running into this guy in high school later. I end up going to high school with this guy. It's too bad that he couldn't control his sense of humor and his mouth, because he got thrown out of high school for opening his mouth too much and being inappropriate. Um, Something that apparently I didn't do enough of. Apparently I didn't open up my mouth enough about the important stuff. Should have been listening to my brother. That's what I should have been doing instead of ignoring him. He knew what he was talking about. And now processing this with other people who have degrees, other people who can tell me, if having numbness in your legs, having lightning go down your spine, if falling down and bumping into things, are these meds that I'm being prescribed by my mother for that? Oh, absolutely not. They're for depression. They're for anxiety. They're antipsychotics. They have side effects too that can make it worse. Oh, so I've been doing the wrong thing for years. Yeah, yeah, you've been doing the wrong thing. Well, why do we see on all these statements? Oh, I was repeating a lot of what my mother said on those files because I thought that's what was wrong with me. She told me take these medications for the rest of my life. She told me that I need to say this, I need to say this, and I would repeat it. Well, can you tell me memories of your anxiety? Can you tell me memories of what your mother was speaking about? No. I don't have any memories of this fantasy she made up. Now, I have no memories of what my mother and father got money from Social Security for. Oh, well, what do you have memories of? Well, I have memories of this, 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 I have memories of this. And after going through that list, yes, I do have a learning disability from lack of education, from moving around in homes, from not having proper schools, from not having proper parents. So, yeah, that did slow down my education, as well as the memories of being drugged and having a neurological disorder also will slow down that process. If you're having problem talking, if you're having problem walking, if you're having problem moving your arms and legs, if you're numb in your skin, yes, that's going to cause some difficulties in life. So that's going to slow you down too. Oh, that makes more sense than this nonsense. Yes, it does. So after talking all that through, I know it's very real. So don't let anybody tell you it's lies or nonsense or a fantasy. There is a fantasy out there, and that's the one my dad's going with. That's the one his wives keep on going with. That's the fantasy. There is no supporting memories. There's no evidence. There's nothing to go with it. The only thing he can say is, well, Zach started a couple fires. Or Zach stole some alcohol or stole things. Zach was hyper and all over the place. And then one minute, he's passed out, he's tired, we don't know where he is, he just seems to be in his own world. Yeah, that's the medication. That's the medication right there. That is a horrible feeling and a horrible thing to be doing to your child. That went away without the medication, and it only followed when medication was given to me. When you gave me things with side effects like sedative medicine, suicidal thoughts, depression, when you have side effects like that on the list, there is a chance that your kid might be sedated. There's a chance that your kid might get depressed. There's a chance that your kid might have suicidal thoughts. It says it right on the paper. So, yeah, that did happen, but it was done on purpose. It hasn't happened in like 12 years. And I did test out some of these medications in between these 12 years, and some of these things came back in low doses, so I stopped it and it went back away. It is very clearly this fantasy world that my mother created, and I'm not going back in that fantasy world and killing myself by trying to believe something that isn't true. I'm going to go with the facts. I'm going to go what I know is true. The facts. Nothing but the facts. That's it. And the truth will set you free. It will. The truth will set you free. And I am set free. All I have left is this neurological disorder. And I have the truth about that. Now I just got to get somebody to listen and do an investigation about it. And I left the whole paper. I'm sure there's plenty of medical records. Plus, I'm sure that there's plenty of medical professionals out there that can unravel this themselves, this polygraphs. Plus, I am going in and out of hospitals quite a bit, and I am sober, which helps a lot as well. Been sober for a long time. No matter what happens to me, even if I die in the woods, I'm going to remain that way. Even if I can't get out of the woods and I'm forced to freeze to death, even if I'm locked up on the side of the road and I can't move, I'm going to stay there, and I'm going to take my chances with 0-degree weather on the side of the road for 48 hours or 24 hours or however long it takes somebody to find my body. Now, sometimes they find my body before I stop breathing. Sometimes they don't. When I was in Lowell, they found my body too late. I stopped breathing. They had to get me back. So, yeah, sometimes it takes them a while to find my body, even when it's in the Riverwalk, even when it's on the cement Riverwalk. But if it's winter, it happens a lot. Oh, I gotta stop. Am I doing so well again? So we'll do a part about the bleeding eye soon.